Welcome, adventurer, to the Geek English Podcast and Tavern. I am Mr. Oldfire, and here you can practice your English listening skills through topics you love. In every video, we'll dive into familiar and exciting nerdy topics, helping you improve your listening while you enjoy the content. We'll break it down so you can pick up new vocabulary and sharpen your understanding of English. Today is the fourth episode of the Tolkien series, and we're going to dive deep into conversation about the men in the Tolkien's universe. That's a vast topic, and there is a lot to learn. So, if you want to practice listening in a fun way, grab a seat at the bar, ask for your hydromel, plug in your earphones, and let's explore the world of nerd culture while learning English.
Hey, Arthur! I've been thinking about our next study. The elves were fascinating, but now it's time to explore the world of men in Middle-earth.
Absolutely, Alicia. The race of men played a crucial role in Middle-earth's history. Their kingdoms have risen and fallen, their heroes have changed history, and their choices have shaped the fate of the world. Where do you want to start?
Well, the two most famous kingdoms are Gondor and Rohan. Gondor, known as the Realm of Stone, was a powerful and advanced civilization. Its capital, Minas Tirith, is an architectural marvel with 7 levels of defense, standing tall against the forces of darkness. Rohan, on the other hand, is the land of the Horse Lords, where the Rohan live. They are fierce warriors, deeply connected to their horses, and they roam the vast plains of their land.
That's right. Gondor and Rohan were allies, but each had a distinct culture. While Gondor preserved much of the ancient wisdom of Númenor, Rohan relied on strength, loyalty, and courage. Do you know about the origins of these mighty kingdoms?
Yes! Gondor was founded by the Númenorians, a race of men blessed with long life and great knowledge. However, their home, the island of Númenor, was destroyed because of their arrogance and defiance against the Vala. The survivors, led by Elendil and his sons, established Gondor and Arnor in Middle-earth. Rohan, on the other hand, was originally the land of another people until it was gifted to the ancestors of the Rohan by Gondor as a reward for their aid in battle. One of the most fascinating things about Gondor is its connection to the lost realm of Númenor. The rulers of Gondor were direct descendants of the Númenorian kings, which is why their people were more advanced and had a longer lifespan than other men.
That's a great point, Alicia. The divide between good and evil among men is what makes their stories so compelling. Some, like the Númenorians, started as noble but fell into corruption, while others, like the people of Rohan, remained strong in their traditions.
Rohan's culture is deeply influenced by their love for horses. Every child grows up learning how to ride, and their elite warriors, the riders of Rohan, are known for their unmatched skill in battle while mounted.
Speaking of Númenor, their downfall is one of the most tragic stories in Middle-earth. They were given an island paradise, but their thirst for power led them to defy the gods, resulting in their entire land being swallowed by the sea.
Did you know that men were the only race truly divided between good and evil? While elves and dwarves had their internal conflicts, only men were fully swayed by the promises of power from Sauron, leading to kingdoms either resisting or falling under his influence.
Another interesting thing is how Gondor declined over time. While it started as the greatest kingdom of men, years of war, plagues, and loss of leadership weakened it. By the time of the Lord of the Rings, it was struggling to survive against Mordor.
One of my favorite stories is the tale of Helm Hammerhand, the king of Rohan who defended his people in Helm's Deep. He fought with his bare hands and was so fierce that his legend still echoes in Rohan's history.
And let's not forget the influence of the Rings of Power. Unlike the elves, who resisted Sauron's control, many men were easily corrupted by the 9 rings, which turned them into the Nazgul, Sauron's most terrifying servants. Great summary, Alicia. Now, what about the legendary heroes among men?
There are so many. The most famous is Aragorn, the heir of Isildur, who united the kingdoms of men and reclaimed the throne of Gondor. Then, there's Théoden, the noble king of Rohan, who led his people bravely in the Battle of Helm's Deep. And we can't forget Boromir, a warrior of Gondor who struggled with temptation but ultimately redeemed himself through heroism.
A great selection. But history isn't just about kings and warriors, it's also about the struggles and choices of ordinary people. The men of Middle-earth were not perfect. Some fell to greed and power, while others stood against darkness despite overwhelming odds.
That's so true. And now I realize just how vast this topic is. We've only scratched the surface. We haven't even talked about the influence of the Dark Lord on men or the forgotten kingdoms of the past.
That sounds like the perfect reason to continue this discussion in another meeting.
Yes! And before we wrap up, Mr. Oldfire, what do you have to add about the men? As a tavernist, I suppose you have a vast knowledge about them.
Men are the most diverse and ambitious of all races in Middle-earth. Their tales are filled with triumphs and tragedies, and their legacy still echoes through time. But you're right, Alicia, this discussion is far from over. Next time, we shall explore the corruption, the lost realms, and the ultimate fate of men in Middle-earth.
I can't wait for more.
Me too.
That was our fourth talk in the tavern, and we are just starting. It's always a pleasure to make new friends. This is what I've been searching for my whole life as a tavernist. Well, if you feel like you exercise your listening skills and learn new vocabulary, come back another time. We all will be happy to share more conversations, drink a bit, and spend time together. I wish you luck with your adventures, and come back safely. See you next time.